Hello, and welcome back to another episode of The Bridge Reacts here. Welcome, and I'm your host, Marcus. Thank you for stopping by for another episode of The Bridge React, where we are here to talk about masculine, feminine energies, men and women, bridging the gap between them. Good things, great things, positive things, things that, hopefully to help decrease the divorce rate in the community, add more to the working force. There's a weird siren going on outside, but welcome. Today's video, we are recapping and kind of revisiting a topic that speaks a lot of volumes to me. Because I'll tell you one thing, man, I don't like liars. I don't appreciate deception, lies, deceit, anything around that realm. I don't like it. I'd rather you just tell me the truth, be honest. Especially if you look me in the eyes, you're being real with me, or you're you're pretending to be real with me. I don't like that shit. It's not great. What kind of foundation will we be building upon if you are lying, deceiving, and gaslighting? So this is what today's episode is about, revisiting the gaslighting and how important in a relationship. You could only imagine any kind of relationship, but especially romantic and family dynamic one. Gaslighting and lying cannot be a great way to build that. It just would crumble. It would fall apart. You will end up not, believing each other, I'd imagine, or at least one person not believing the other. And I can only imagine what kind of consequences that will cause in the relationship. But today's video, we are looking at Stephen A. Smith. Shout out to Stephen A. Smith. We're watching one of his videos called None of Us Believe You. Stephen A. Smith issues with a message to Juicy Smollett, the guy from Empire. If you already didn't know, a little synopsis. He's going to talk about it too, but of course, Juicy Smollett or Jesse Smollett, he was a victim, right? Allegedly, aren't we all? Allegedly, he was attacked by two MAGA hat wearing individuals in Chicago at like early in the morning, really late at night, something like that. And they put a noose around his neck, sprayed some bleach on him or something like that, and then of course called out the most controversial words you can say in today's world. And then turns out a lot of people don't really believe him, and I wonder why, right? But how far will a liar go? Let's find out today. Take it away, Stephen A. Smith.
Let me transition to another subject before I get to the calls, because this involves actor Jesse Smollett. Remember him from the show Empire? Well, it turns out an appeals court upheld the disorderly conduct convictions Friday, December 1st, of Smollett, who was accused of staging a racist homophobic attack against himself in 2019 and lying about it to the Chicago Police Department. Smollett, who appeared in the TV show Empire, like I just mentioned, challenged the role of a special prosecutor, jury selection, evidence, and many other aspects of the case. But all were turned aside in a 2-1 opinion from the Illinois Appellate Court. Smollett had reported to police, if you remember, that he was the victim of a racist attack by two men wearing ski masks. The search for the attackers soon turned into an investigation of Smollett himself, leading to his arrest on charges he had orchestrated the whole attack. I paused there because I was struggling to say, what word is it? Is it really an attack? But I digress. A jury convicted Smollett in December of 2021 on 5 felony counts of disorderly conduct, a charge that can be filed in Illinois when a person lies to the police. He was sentenced in March of 2022 and said, quote, "I did not do this," and shouted, "I am not suicidal.
I am not. I am innocent. And I am not suicidal. If I did this, then it means that I stuck my fist in the fears of Black Americans in this country for over 400 years and the fears of the LGBTQ community. Your Honor, I respect you.
Repeatedly in court.
I'm gonna pause it there for just a split second. So the synopsis of all of this. Jesse Smollett, yeah, he was a part of some kind of attack, allegedly. More than likely not true. In Chicago, South Side Chicago, I think, somewhere in Chicago. And late at night, getting some subway, getting jumped by two individuals wearing MAGA hats, right? So, of course, they said some horrible things, the worst things you can say in today's world. And then they put a noose around his neck, threw bleach at his face, apparently. Something like that. That's what he's saying. Stephen A. Smith is going to talk about it more. But we'll see it all play out. Subscribe, hit the like button if you like the channel.
He now will have to finish a 150-day stint in jail that was part of his sentence. Smollett spent just 6 days in jail while his appeal was pending. We weren't there. We can only go by the preponderance of evidence that was thrown in our direction, what the Chicago Police Department pretended, ultimately what the courts decided. But let me say this to Jesse Smollett. None of us believe you. Let me tell you why, my brother. See, ladies and gentlemen, there's certain things that come along with being black, okay? Number one, when you black, and I know I'm supposed to say when you're black, but I'm engaging in embonic language here for a second. When you black,
you black.
You don't go out in freezing temperatures at 2 o'clock in the morning or somewhere around that time in Chicago to get Subways.
I would.
You just don't. You just don't. Now, I understand that that's not something that's fact-based per se. It's stereotypical. It's a perception, but
some stereotypes have some truth to them, just to be honest. Let's talk about it.
I have black folks working for me. Show a hand. I got black folks working for me right now. Raise your hand if y'all going out to get Subways 2 o'clock in the morning in freezing temperature in Chicago, Illinois. I just want to know. I mean, come on now. Come on now. Brandon, Nelly, Sumatra, Phil, where y'all at? Where y'all at?
Here's a question for the comments. What do we as black people usually go for subs? Like, do we go to Subway? Is that what we do? Do we do Subway? I mean, I'm more of a Jersey Mike's type of guy. That's just me. It's my kind of taste. Stuffy subs. If you're on the East Coast, you know about Stuffies. Stuffies all right too, but I mean, even Firehouse Subs is all right. But like Subway, that's like the Johnson & Johnson of subs. Like, what you doing at Subway?
I mean, everybody. Who the hell doing that? That's number one. That's number one. Number two, when the cops came to see you, you still had a rope around your neck. When you called it a racist and homophobic attack, which, by the way, according to the police department, wasn't necessarily immediate. That wasn't the immediate reaction that you had. But when they came to see you, you still had the rope around your neck. So we got a rope around our neck, and we just gonna keep it there, huh?
How many of y'all would just keep that rope around your neck just so the police can see it? Like, I mean, you could have just told them straight up, I mean, they put this around my neck. Where else they're going to put a noose? Like, I mean, I'm going to stop pausing. Let's just go ahead and let Stephen A. Smith take over.
We just gonna keep it there. All right? Number three.
Nah.
You know, I saw that interview on Valentine's Day in 2019, if I remember correctly. You were being interviewed by Robin Roberts, the esteemed, the renowned, the incomparable Robin Roberts of Good Morning America, where
She's better than Gail.
At that particular moment in time, you said the assailants yelled MAGA country, and they were wearing red MAGA hats. In Chicago, Illinois, where a Subway is? Really? Really? You sure about that? See, there was holes all over the place. All over the place, okay?
Yeah.
And we could speculate that, you know, Empire was about to go off and you wanted to make sure your popularity stayed where it was, if not elevated, et cetera, et cetera. You wanted to be relevant. Those were very trying times. Trump was in office. The nation was as divided as ever, and obviously pointing to something that lent itself towards race and homophobia. Because
that was a really weird time, wasn't it? Like, around 2015 to now. I mean, well, specifically what I'm talking about, 2015 to like 2017, 18-ish, around that time period, like 3-4 years-ish or so. Just a lot of just weird stuff. Like, just, this is when I was much more liberal type of minded and more on the left, I guess. I think for myself, in 2023, entering 2024, Marcus thinks for himself, and neither party has won my vote. I don't know. Both two different sides of the same coin, if you ask me, but definitely not on this very liberal kind of like I am a victim. I don't want to live that type of mindset lifestyle. I don't. Like, I want to do something and create something and make an impactful, positive whatever to the community, to this place, this plane that we're on. And that's what I'm doing. I'm not going to sit and act like someone is stopping me. I'm oppressed. I'm like, I have no means of doing so. We're in this age where we can literally just pick up a phone and you can become a multimillionaire during a pandemic. Shout out to Cappy, I think that's his name. So it's like, I'm not going to subscribe to this mindset of just like, I can't do certain things. Like, I'm not doing that anymore, man.
You are a gay male. You were looking for empathy and sympathy, but you had civil rights organizations coming to your defense. You had the black community coming to your defense. You had them excoriating the Chicago Police Department and whatever. Do I think you should spend time in jail, Jussie Smollett? I don't.
I don't either.
I think the jails need to be reserved for people who are menaces to society and are doing harm to other individuals. But should your ass be embarrassed into perpetuity? You're damn right. What a shameful, shameful thing to do, it appears. You can sit up there and proclaim your innocence all you want to, but I'm gonna lean on Dave Chappelle. When Dave Chappelle, I don't know if he was hosting Saturday Night Live or he was doing stand-up comedy, because I watch him often because he's one of my favorite all-time comedians.
It was stand-up.
I don't know exactly when he brought this up, but here's what he said. People were accusing him and others who weren't speaking up on behalf of Jussie Smollett. They were accusing him and others of not looking out. And what Dave Chappelle said was, we were looking out with our silence. You know who else was doing that? It was me. Because I always have a national platform, and I always suspected your ass was lying. I wanted to give you the benefit of the doubt. And before I go to my tweet to my callers, I'm gonna tell a little story involving my boy Jeff Brown. He lives in California. I want y'all to listen to this story. Jeff Brown called me the day the story came out. And he said, Steve, there's something that's fishy about this. Something don't seem right. And I sat up there and I looked at him and I said, could you please stop, man? Will you stop it, man? Give the brother an opportunity, man. Why he got to be lying? How come he can't tell the truth? Jeff's daughter! Daddy, you need to stop. I mean, damn, give the man a chance. Oh, you so hard, you just so straight and narrow. How about giving the brother the benefit of the doubt?
And this is what happens. Like, a lot of people we want to inherently believe a story so heinous, so shameful, and we want to sympathize, empathize, whatever the correct term is, with Jussie, right? But then again, it's like we are all human, and it's not just us as men that can be, liars or gaslight. Because we even had the video, we talked about it, Aaron and I, he was on the channel a while back, and we had the pink sauce lady, and she was basically, being a part of this, one of those reality shows, and they just want to discuss and have a discussion, and the whole crowd was gaslighting her. The young white lady that was making the video about the pink sauce lady, pointing out that a lot of your stuff has weird ingredients you sent into a lab, and then she was basically trying to defend herself. But not just only ladies can do this, us as men can also do this. And then once again, trying to correlate that with the relationship stuff. We'll let Stephen A. Smith finish it up, and then we'll wrap this up and go on with your day. I appreciate you for spending some time with us again.
And I said to Jeff, man, Jeff, you should be ashamed of yourself, man. I mean, the type of society we living in, all these attacks, racism, all this other stuff, and this is what you're gonna do. The first thing that comes to your mind is you're gonna say to brother lying, Jeff, you should be ashamed of yourself. And then the next day I'm flying out of town, and breaking news shows up on CNN.
Oh no.
And it said, the police are investigating whether or not the story that Jussie Smollett gave to them was true. And I said, God damn. Damn. Because right then I knew you were lying.
wrap it up right there. I don't know if he's going to say any other final thoughts or anything like that, but I'm just going to make this video a little bit shorter to cut a lot of things out. My final thoughts of the whole thing, right? One, like, come on, guys. Honesty is the best policy. Let's be real. It can all be that simple. It really can be. It can be that simple. You would avoid a lot of painful things later on. And like, I imagine if you just come correct, just come with some integrity, some kind of like, just be real, bro. Like, you don't need to go so far that the whole nation, almost the entire world, caught wind of this, right? And then you, even to this day, because this is all being like retrialed, or because he did an appeal of the first verdict, which is him being guilty in like 5 different accounts from the Illinois police, right? He has to still serve at least half the sentence, which is, I think, half of 150 days. He only did 6 so far. The whole thing with me personally, like I'm not a perfect person. I'm not a perfect vessel. We said this multiple times on the channel, man. I've had times where I have not told the truth. That is very true. Do I do it now? I'm human. That's the best way I can answer that. So no, I don't know. I do sometimes. Let's be honest. Little small white lies here and there. Did you eat today? No, I did. But you know what I'm talking about. Like actual, like if you really talk to someone and someone is asking you a question and you have those two decisions and choices right there. You're going to tell the truth, you're going to lie. And if it's something, especially if it's something serious, if it's something that has to do with the relationship, if it's something that has to do with like your integrity of your person, who you are, how people are going to see you, and not just about if you ate today or not, you should probably tell the truth in your best interest, especially if you want to have a strong foundation for that relationship. Communication. We can talk about that too. A lot of things we could talk about for this episode, right? But when it comes down to it, I personally, once again, I just have a hard time believing people once they lie to me in my face, especially multiple times. And I give you opportunity. I do give people the benefit of the doubt for the most part. I do. I try. I do. I'm not perfect once again, but I do. So if you can't just be honest with the person that you're with, why are you with them? When you want them to be honest with you in situations, instead of gaslighting you, lying to you in your face, making you think that something that did happen didn't happen, or something that didn't happen did happen. That's really fucked up if you think about it. Mentally, like the whole world is going through a mental health crisis right now. What do you think it's going to do to the psyche and the mental health of someone who is going through all these problems, and then you, the person that they're supposed to love and supposed to trust, it's lying to them in their face? It doesn't make any sense, especially if you're going so far to the point where it's like you have to lie on top of your lies, on top of your lies, and underlying that is a lie with a lie that lies on top of that lie. And guess what? Where lies the truth? Anyways, but those are my final thoughts for the video. Tell me what you think in the comment section. Please like, subscribe, and notification bell for the video if you like the content. If you like to see people together, stronger families, stronger relationships, healthier people healing, understanding each other, understanding the opposite. Ourselves, not just the opposite. Because us as men, we do a lot of not so great things, and we have a lot that we can fix about ourselves. That's real. That's growth, that's healing, that's empowering, if anything, right? But then the other side of the coin, which we tend not to want to talk about too much, unfortunately, our ladies as well, we can do better on all sides, right? Once again, thank you so much for stopping by to see another episode. I'm going to post a little bit more regularly towards the end of the year. Things are a little bit slower at the workplace, but hey, that means more content, more things that you can watch, more things you can subscribe to, and comment, like, all that good stuff. But you have a wonderful day. Stay blessed and be safe out there, especially in the holiday season. I just got over COVID, second round of it. I'm 2-0, baby. But I'll check y'all out in the next episode. Have a nice one. Be blessed. Bye.